Hello everyone. In this session, we'll continue the topic equivalent mass with some different examples. You take sodium oxide or sodium monoxide Na2O. In this example, let us find the equivalent mass of sodium. You know the atomic mass of sodium as 23. As two sodiums are there, 2 into 23 grams had combined with one oxygen atom is there. So, whose atomic mass corresponds to 16 grams. So, 2 into 23 grams had combined with 16. Then with 8 grams of oxygen, what mass of sodium had combined? 23. As per the definition we learned in the previous session, as per the definition, the amount of substance that react with 8 grams of substance, 8 grams of oxygen is said to be its equivalent mass. I am repeating, what amount of substance had combined with 8 grams of oxygen is said to be its equivalent mass. As 23 grams of sodium combined with 8 grams of oxygen, equivalent mass of sodium in this particular example is 23. Have you noticed? Similarly, let us take another example, magnesium oxide, MgO. Magnesium oxide. Now, in this particular case, atomic mass of magnesium is 24 grams, which combined with 16 grams of oxygen. See, they had reacted in 24:16 mass ratio. As 16 grams oxygen combined with 24, then 8 grams of oxygen had combined with how many grams? 12 grams. As per the definition, the amount of substance that combined with 8 grams of oxygen is said to be its equivalent mass. So, equivalent mass of magnesium in this case in MgO is 12. Similarly, let us take another substance, Al2O3. Al2O3. In this, let us find equivalent mass of aluminum. As per the atomic mass values, 2 into 27 grams of aluminum had combined with 3 into 16 grams. 3 into 16 grams. So 3 into 16 grams means 48 grams oxygen had combined with 54 grams of aluminum. Then 8 grams of oxygen had combined with what mass of aluminum? If you calculate 8 into 54 by 48, it is 9. So equivalent mass of aluminum in this case, Al2O3, is 9. So this is how we can find the equivalent mass of different elements in different substances of that element. Next. We have some other examples like let us find equivalent mass of same substance in different compounds. For example, H2S, SO2 and SO3. H2S, SO2 and SO3. Let's find the equivalent mass of sulfur here and also sulfur here. So as per our definition, equivalent mass definition, what mass of sulfur had combined with what mass of hydrogen? 32 grams had combined with 2 grams. You know that atomic mass of sulfur is 32. 32 grams of sulfur had combined with 2 grams of hydrogen. Then 16 grams had combined with 1 gram of hydrogen. As per this, equivalent mass of sulfur in H2S is 16. Have you noticed? Now, for the same sulfur, let us find the equivalent mass in this compound. 32 grams had combined with 2 into 16 means 32 grams had combined with 32 grams. Then 8 grams had combined with 8 grams. So equivalent mass of sulfur in sulfur dioxide is given as 8. See here and there, same sulfur. In this example, equivalent mass of sulfur is 16, whereas in this example, equivalent mass of sulfur is 8. For the same sulfur, let us find the equivalent mass in another molecule like SO3. Here 32 grams had combined with 16 into 3 means 32 grams combined with 48 grams. Then with 8 grams of oxygen, what mass of sulfur had combined? That itself can be called as equivalent mass of sulfur. So 8 into 32 by 48. Yes. So simplify this, 16 2s and 16 3s. So 16 by 3, what is the equivalent mass of sulfur? You can calculate from this. So in this way, the same sulfur here and there, sulfur is same, but its equivalent mass is varying. Why? Because of its variable valency. Because of its variable valency. Means in the last class we discussed the relation. Atomic mass is equals to equivalent mass into valency. Right? Sulfur valency is varying here and here and here. Here its valency is 2, here its valency is 4, whereas here it is 6. See, if we apply the formula, equivalent mass of sulfur equals to atomic mass of sulfur by its valency. Atomic mass is 32, by its valency here it is 2. So 16. Whereas in this case, equivalent mass of sulfur equals to atomic mass by its valency. With respect to oxygen, it is twice. Each oxygen corresponds to 2 valency. 2 oxygens corresponds to 4 valency. So totally the valence of sulfur is 4. 32 by 4. That's why we got it as 8. In this case, equivalent mass of sulfur in SO3 is equals to atomic mass of sulfur 32 by its valency. See, as I said earlier, each oxygen corresponds to 2 valencies. 3 oxygens corresponds to 6 valencies. So in this particular molecule, the valency of sulfur is 6. Okay, 5.34. See, in this way, there are some elements, certain elements which show more than one valency, called as variable valency. So, valency and equivalent mass are related to one another with respect to this relation. Atomic mass is equals to equivalent mass into valency. See, all these points, all these approaches are very much useful for solving questions in JEE and NEET examination pattern. Now, our next topic is to calculate the equivalent mass of acids. Equivalent mass of acids. Acids equivalent mass can be calculated with the relation equivalent mass is equals to molar mass of acid by its valency factor. Like for atoms, how we calculated equivalent mass? Atomic mass by valency. Similarly for acids, they are molecules now. Equivalent mass of acid molecule can be calculated as molar mass of acid by its valency factor. What's meant by valency factor? It varies from acid to acid. It depends on the type of acid. For example, equivalent mass of protic acid. What's meant by protic acid? Which can generate a proton H+. What's meant by protic acid? Which can generate a proton H+. Suppose HCl is there. It can generate one H+. H2SO4, it can generate 2 H+ ions. H3PO4, it can generate 3 H+ ions. Such acids which can generate proton H+ are said to be protic acids. I think you followed this word. Equivalent mass of protic acid can be calculated as molar mass of protic acid. Molar mass of protic acid by, for protic acids, what is valency factor? Number of replaceable hydrogens. Replaceable hydrogens. Means HCl has how many replaceable hydrogens? 1. H2SO4, 2. H3PO4, 3. Like that. Those number of H+ ions that they can generate is said to be replaceable hydrogens. So how do we know? There are certain acids which may contain more hydrogens, but out of them very few are replaceable. So how can we infer that this hydrogen is replaceable and other is not? For that also we can give a relation like equivalent mass of protic acids. Equivalent mass of protic acids can be calculated as molar mass of protic acid by number of hydrogens connected to more electronegative atoms like oxygen or halogens. Number of hydrogens connected to more electronegative atoms like oxygen or halogen. There is no other electronegative atom considered here. Hydrogen to be called as replaceable, should be connected to either oxygen or halogens. Hydrogen, to be called as replaceable, should be connected to either oxygen or halogens. Make a note of this point. Similarly, we have one more type of acids. Equivalent mass of Lewis acids. Equivalent mass of Lewis acids can be calculated as molar mass of acid or Lewis acid, molar mass of acid or molar mass of Lewis acid by, what's meant by Lewis acid? Lewis acid is the one which accept electron pair to form a dative bond. A Lewis acid is the one which accept an electron pair, two electrons, electron pair it accepts. So, molar mass of acid by number of electron pairs accepted by Lewis acid. Number of electron pairs accepted by Lewis acid. Like this, while calculating the equivalent mass of acids, we have to consider all these factors. Once again, I am repeating, equivalent mass of acid can be calculated as molar mass of acid by its valency factor. Valency factor is a general word. We can use this valency factor for acids, bases, salts, oxidizing agents and also for reducing agents. Means that is the factor that is responsible for its valency. Suppose HCl, it can generate how many H plus ions? 1 H plus ion. Means it can form a bond with one valency, one univalent cation. H2SO4 can generate 2 H plus ion. It can form a bond with the bivalent cation or 2 univalent cation. So like that, this valency factor is the one that is responsible for its valency. So for a protic acids, molar mass by number of replaceable hydrogens. Which hydrogens are replaceable again? Those hydrogens which are connected to electronegative atoms like oxygen or halogens. You should remember this point. In case of a protic acid, valency factor is nothing but number of hydrogens connected to more electronegative atoms like oxygen or halogens. We have one more type of acid, that is Lewis acid. In case of Lewis acid, equivalent mass can be calculated as molar mass of Lewis acid by number of electron pairs accepted by Lewis acid, because Lewis acid is nothing but which accepts electron pairs. Lewis acid is nothing but which accepts electron pairs. See, you have to copy these formulae based on which we will discuss examples in the next continuation. Now let us consider hydrogen chloride, hydrochloric acid. So how many replaceable hydrogens are there? Hydrogen connected to oxygen or halogen. Chlorine is a halogen. So valency factor of HCl is 1. So equivalent mass of HCl can be calculated as molar mass of HCl by its valency factor. Molar mass of HCl is 1 plus chlorine's atomic mass is 35.5. By what is valency factor of HCl? Number of replaceable hydrogen is 1. So by 1 it is 36.5. So molar mass of HCl is 36.5. Even its equivalent mass is also 36.5 because valency factor is 1. Now when it comes to another acid, H2SO4. So the structure of sulfuric acid can be simply given as, see, sulfur is surrounded by 4 oxygens, H2SO4. You know that sulfur can form maximum how many bonds? How many valence electrons it has? 6. So those many maximum number of bonds it can form. So sulfur can form maximum 6 bonds. Let us take 1, 2, 3, 4, more 2, 5 and 6. You know that oxygen is bivalent. Oxygen always form how many bonds? 2 bonds. So this oxygen had formed 2. This had formed 2. Oxygen here had formed only 1. The next bond is with hydrogen and here also next bond is with hydrogen. So this is a simple structure of sulfuric acid. Now tell me, in the formula we have 2 hydrogens. In the formula we have 2 hydrogens. Out of those 2, how many hydrogens are replaceable? How many hydrogens are replaceable? Those which are connected through oxygen. See here, 2 hydrogens are connected through oxygens. So valency factor of H2SO4 in general is 2 or maximum valency factor is 2. Now equivalent mass of sulfuric acid, equivalent mass of sulfuric acid is molar mass of sulfuric acid, molar mass of sulfuric acid by its valency factor. So what is molar mass of sulfuric acid? Now if you calculate, see, molar mass of sulfuric acid, molar mass of H2SO4 can be calculated as each hydrogen is 1, 2 such hydrogens are there, plus sulfur is 32, plus each oxygen is 16, 4 into 16. So if you sum them up, it is 98. Molar mass of sulfuric acid is 98. So equivalent mass of sulfuric acid is 98 by, what is its valency factor? 2 replaceable hydrogens. So 2. So equivalent mass of sulfuric acid is 49. Is this clear? Now let us see one more such example in the list of acids. This time we see H3PO4, which is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. Phosphorus has how many valence electrons? Phosphorus has totally 5 electrons. So maximum it can form 5 bonds. Phosphorus has 5 electrons and it can form maximum 5 bonds. It is surrounded by 4 oxygens, if you notice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th bond make it for one of the oxygens, because all oxygens are bivalent. Now as oxygen is bivalent, see, this valence is fulfilled. 2. This first valence is connected here, second valence is with hydrogen, second valence is with hydrogen, second one is with hydrogen. Now in this formula we can notice the presence of 3 hydrogens. Immediately we have to see whether all the 3 hydrogens are replaceable or not. How can we say that they are replaceable or not? It should be connected through oxygen. It should be connected through oxygen. See, all the 3 hydrogens are connected via oxygen atoms. So, number of replaceable hydrogens, what we call this as? Number of replaceable hydrogens, which is called as valency factor. That is 3 for phosphoric acid. And when it comes to molar mass of phosphoric acid, H3PO4, molar mass of phosphoric acid, each hydrogen is 1, 3 into 1 plus phosphorus is 31, plus each oxygen is 16, 16 into 4. So if you sum them up, you will get it as 98. We got the value of molar mass, we got valency factor. So equivalent mass of H3PO4 can be calculated as molar mass by valency factor, means number of replaceable hydrogens. Okay. Molar mass is 98 by replaceable hydrogens are 3. 3 is 32.6. The same way we can see the other acids of phosphorus. For example, if you take H3PO3, phosphorus acid, H3PO3. So what's the structure? Even in this case also, phosphorus will be the central atom, surrounded by 3 oxygens. Still, we can see the maximum valency of phosphorus. It can form how many bonds? 5 bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, oxygen is bivalent. Second valence is with hydrogen. Here it is hydrogen. 5th valency of phosphorus. Now let us see. In the formula we have 3 hydrogens. We can see 3 hydrogens. But out of 3, how many hydrogens are replaceable? That's what we have to notice. How many are replaceable? As I said earlier, hydrogens which are connected through oxygen only are replaceable. So this is one hydrogen and this is another hydrogen. So number of replaceable hydrogens out of 3, number of replaceable hydrogens are only 2. So valency factor of H3PO3 is 2 and gram molecular mass of H3PO3 is it is actually phosphoric acid is 98. Here one oxygen is less, means 16 less. So 98 minus 16, it is 82. Right? So equivalent mass of H3PO3 can be calculated as, equivalent mass is gram molar mass or molar mass simply by its valency factor, that is 82 by 2, which is nothing but 41. So in this way, from acid to acid, we have to notice, we have to observe properly the valency factor of that acid. So for example, in this phosphorus acid, even though 3 hydrogens can be seen in the formula, out of 3, only 2 are replaceable because only 2 are connected to more electronegative atom, that is oxygen. Is that clear? Now, let us take one more acid, that is H3PO2. H3PO2, hypophosphorus acid. Hypophosphorus acid. So here also central atom is phosphorus surrounded by 2 oxygens. Phosphorus can form maximum how many bonds? 5 bonds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So oxygen is bivalent, second valence is with hydrogen, hydrogen and hydrogen. H3PO2. Yes, we got the structure. Now let us see. Out of the 3 hydrogens that were present in the molecule, how many are replaceable? We did that already. Which hydrogen? What sort of hydrogen is replaceable? Hydrogen which is connected through more electronegative atom like oxygen or halogen. So only one hydrogen is replaceable. These 2 are directly connected to phosphorus, so they are not replaceable hydrogens. So valency factor of H3PO2 is only 1. Even though 3 hydrogens can be seen, out of 3 only 1 hydrogen is replaceable. Understood? And what is gram molecular mass of this one? Its previous member H3PO3, 82 we did. 1 oxygen is less, so 16 less. Out of 82, 16 less. So what's the value? 82 minus 16. Yes, it is 66. Right? Now equivalent mass of H3PO2 can be calculated as 66 by 1. Understood? So this is how we can calculate equivalent mass of certain acids. Now we have some logical question in this. We calculated HCl. Valency factor is 1. Molecular mass is 36.5. Equivalent mass is 36.5 because valency factor is 1. So whenever valency factor is 1, molecular mass and equivalent mass are coming as same. H2SO4. Valency factor is 2. Molecular mass is 98. Equivalent mass is 49. Correct? H3PO4. Valency factor is 3. Molecular mass is 98. Equivalent mass is 32.6. We did all these things in the previous cases. If they ask a question, calculate the equivalent mass of H3PO4, directly we can answer like this. But for the same H3PO4, for example, for the same H3PO4, sometimes they may give a twisted model question. Let us see that. Calculate equivalent mass of H3PO4 in the given equation. What's the question? Calculate equivalent mass of H3PO4 in H3PO4 plus NaOH gives rise to NaH2PO4 plus H2O. Immediately by looking at this question, see, by looking at this question, all students will answer it has 3. See, in a tempting manner, they give the options also in the same manner. See, first option they will give as 98 by 3. Second option they will give it as 98 by 2. Third option 98 by 1. And fourth one, none of the above. Suppose actually none of the above is removed from the options, they won't give for our convenience. So what will be the answer means immediately by looking at this, because every student will learn 98 by 3, 32.6. They will remember that point only. So immediately they will mark this, they have to lose marks. Not 4 marks, minus 1, negative marking is also there. 4 plus 1, totally 5 marks they have to lose. So don't be in a hurry. Equivalent, in this case, equivalent mass of H3PO4 is molar mass of H3PO4 by number of replaced hydrogens. What is this? Number of replaced hydrogens. Out of 3 replaceable hydrogens, how many were replaced? 2 are left, means only 1 is replaced. So instead of writing 98 by 3, we have to write how many hydrogens were replaced. 1 H is replaced by 1 sodium. So 1, it is 98. So what's the answer for this? So this sort of questions will be asked for these competitive exams. Okay. So we'll continue this session with the calculation of equivalent mass of bases.